Jake Keller. Behind them in the 59, it's going to be Braden Furby. In the 202, going to be Clayton Oliver. In the 44, going to be AJ Andrews. In the 9B, going to be Brendan Neely. And rounding out your field in the number 8, first time here, normally driven by Jason Deal, it's going to be Timmy Bogman. 8 laps around Midvale Speedway. These compacts are going to go. Next time around, we're going green flag racing, and here we go out of 4.
Gavin Clemens with the race lead into turn number 3. Braden Furby battles on the inside with the number 19 of Jake Keller. Lap number 1 to Gavin Clemens. My Water Doctor Open Compacts on the speedway, and here comes the 19 of Keller. Keller looking for the race lead in the high lane, 2x2 up front at the line. Keller going to be your race leader.
Good battle up front.
Keller on the outside. Here comes Clemens battling back on the bottom. Contact in turn 4. More contact heading into turn number 1. Clemens on the bottom. Keller on the top. 2x2 up front in our opening compact heat race. Little contact from behind to Clemens from Furby. And Jake Keller, your race leader.
Here comes the 202 of Clayton Oliver on the outside of Braden Furby. As Furby looks below Clemens for that top number 2 position. He's going to take it away from Clemens.
Braden Furby up into the 2nd spot. Clayton Oliver trying to take over 3rd from Clemens. Race leader, Jake Keller out front. 2 laps to go this time around in our first compact heat race. White flag coming out for Keller. Here comes Furby and Oliver, and now contact in turn 3. Caution on the speedway. AJ Andrews and the 4 of Gavin Clemens in turn 3 and 4.
Tell you what, Chris, this is going to bunch them all back up. It's going to be between the top 4 cars. It was really tight racing. It's going to be really interesting with 2 laps to go. Who's going to take that number 1 position for the heat race?
Green, white, checkered finish coming up for our first compact heat race. They'll clean some debris up down in turns 3 and 4.
Oliver in a 202. Gavin Clemens in the 4, your top 4 cars in this heat race. Next time around, we're going green flag racing coming out of 4.
Field in turn 4, getting ready to go green. Green's back in the air. Looks like Clayton Oliver trying to get to the inside of Keller. Doesn't get it done. Furby still in that high lane. Is Keller your race leader? They'll come to the white flag this time. Here comes Oliver. Here comes Furby on the high lane. Jake Keller on the bottom trying to hang on. 1 lap to go for Braden Furby, who now leads at the line.
Good battle between the top 2 drivers as Clayton Oliver right there in the 202 trying to make a transfer better position in the 202.
Off of turn number 4, checkered flag for Braden Furby. 2nd place, the 19 of Jake Keller. Then the 202 of Clayton Oliver finishes 3rd. Brendan Neely in the 4th spot with Gavin Clemens in 5th.
As he rolls in and give a round of applause to the 59 car of Braden Furby.
Dover, Ohio driver in the Crazy Waynes Parkway Auto Group 79 Tinning T&J Auto Glass. Sponsored number 59, Braden Furby, your heat race winner in the My Water Doctor Compacts. 2nd compact heat pulling onto the speedway. second of 3 heats in our compact division tonight.
On the pole in the 47 car is going to be Don Rufner. In the 42 car is going to be Damian Andrews. On the inside, in the 84 car, going to be Scott Witten. On the outside of him in the 85, Jonathan Weber. 20 car is going to be Larry Ennis Jr. Outside of him in the 78 is going to be Stephen Feaster. And rounding out the tail, in the 0, the old-timer, Delmer Clark. 8 laps around Midvale Speedway we will go here, folks.
Field into turn number 3, off of 4. At the line, green flag for Don Rufner Jr. and Damian Andrews.
Good battle between Rufner and Andrews.
Rufner up the racetrack just a little bit, going to open up that bottom. Feaster trying to move in that high lane, thought about the 3-wide move around Andrews, but thought better of it. Don Rufner Jr., the Hall of Famer, out front right now in the 47 machine. Now getting around Damian Andrews up to the 2nd spot is the 85 of Jonathan Weber, and now here comes Feaster. Feaster around the 42 of Andrews, now looking to the 84 of Witten for that 3rd spot.
As they come in out of 4, it's going to be 4 laps in, 4 to go. We are halfway home, folks. Good battle between Rufner and Jonathan Weber as Weber takes the lead.
Don Rufner Jr. slipping in that high lane as here comes the 84 of Scott Witten, the 78 of Stephen Feaster. Up to the 2nd and 3rd spots. Feaster all over the back of that 84 machine as the 85 of Jonathan Weber, your race leader, 2 laps to go.
Coming out of 4 in the number 85 car is going to be Jonathan Weber, going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go as Stephen Feaster is on the move in the 78 car as he took the 2nd position away from Scott Witten. Here he comes. Weber comes out of, goes into 3, coming out of 4. Weber going to take the checker flag. Feaster going to finish 2nd. Scott Witten 3rd. Larry Ennis Jr. 4th. Delmer Clark 5th. Damian Andrews 6th. And rounding out the field is Don Rufner in the 7th position. As he rolls down here in the victory lane, everyone give a round of applause to Jonathan Weber, 85 car.
New Philadelphia, Ohio driver in the Z&D Auto, sponsored number 85, Jonathan Weber, your 2nd winner. And again, 50-50 tickets going around right now. So make sure you get those 50-50 tickets. I see the kids walking through the stands, so pick those up. Make sure you get down and get your Queen of Hearts tickets as well. Got a lot of different things here tonight for concessions for you guys to snack on. Some of our great vendors came out tonight to Midvale Speedway to help out our concession stand, to give you guys a little bit of a variety of things to choose from. So that's always a good thing as we move into our fast My Water Doctor compact heat race.
And on the pole in the 62 car, Caden Scott. On the outside in the 45T, going to be Timmy Kaup. In the 957 is Brandon France. In the 68X, Corbin Robinson. In the 7 car, the General, Will Custer. Outside of him in the 52, Jeremy Salinger. In the number 9, Gavin Roop. And rounding out the field in the XX1, Justin Riley. 8 laps around Midvale Speedway. Here we go. Caden Scott takes the number 1 position as he comes into 3. Coming out of 4, Caden Scott going to lead lap number 1. Timmy Kaup in second. Good battle between France and Corbin Robinson for that third position as Robinson's going to take it away.
Caden Scott out front, Timmy Kaup in second, Corbin Robinson, the Mean Bean, in the third spot, Jeremy Salinger fourth. Those four have broken away from the pack through the first 3 laps. Timmy Kaup got married yesterday, looking to pick up a heat race win as a little present to himself. Halfway home, 4 laps in, 4 to go for your race leader, Caden Scott.
Top 4 cars nose to tail as Caden Scott brings them in on lap number 5. Scott's your leader. Timmy Kaup second. Corbin Robinson third. Jeremy Salinger fourth. And in the top 5 here, number 7, Will Custer. Oh, and Salinger and Robinson make contact coming out of 2. Salinger and Robinson make contact coming out of 2 with 6 laps in.
Fellow race fans, if you would smoke maybe behind the grandstands. So just sending that out there. Again, it's not required, but we're asking you as a gesture to the fans who do not smoke, especially the older fans, we ask you to please make sure you smoke behind the grandstands, please. Thank you. So we definitely see right front damage on the suspension of the 52 of Jeremy Salinger. Kind of a dual spin over there in turn number 2, as you see it on the Randy Vision in turn number 2. By the way, if you guys are making your first appearance here to Midvale Speedway, we hope you like some of the new features we have put in place here at Midvale Speedway, all thanks to Kim and Randy Smart, your track owners. At Salinger, obviously the right front wheel broken on that machine. We think that's the reason why he got into the 68X of Corbin Robinson, and those two spun up there. So Corbin Robinson will get a spot back. And again, some more new features you'll find here at Midvale Speedway. The new lights that will come on here, the new LED lights around Midvale Speedway. And if you're just making your visit back to the racetrack, we have a different restart procedure. We started 2 years ago or so. In our features, the leader will be out front on his own, and they will choose down at the 16 months or so. As we get ready to go back, green flag racing, 2 laps to go. Caden Scott, your leader.
Caden Scott brings the field down into 1 and 2. Timmy Kaup, Corbin Robinson battle for that number 2 position as Will Custer in the number 7. And Gavin Roop right behind them as they come out of 4th. White flag, 1 lap to go for Caden Scott.
Caden Scott through turns 1 and 2. Corbin Robinson in second. Here comes Gavin Roop in the 9. He moves up to 3rd. The Doctor up to the 3rd spot. Not going to be able to catch Caden Scott, though, as he's going to take the Fast Heat Compact win for the My Water Doctor Compacts. Caden Scott first. Corbin Robinson second. Gavin Roop 3rd. Timmy Kaup 4th. And the General Will Custer rounding out the top 5.
Everyone give a round of applause to the number 62 car, Caden Scott.
Roswell, Ohio driver, new dad as well in the Bear Claw Farms. Buckeye Tire, Quaker Drive-Thru, Luke's Drive-Thru, Lee's Famous Recipe, TDT Septic and Excavating, Luke's Body and Paint, and Reichman Plumbing, the sponsors on Caden Scott. Again, remember, Quaker Drive-Thru, JJ Lute is offered up a little deal for you guys. If Rich Rohr wins tonight's Ohio Invitational, $1 off cases of beer at the Quaker Drive-Thru. $1 off of Miller Lite case of beer, I should say. So make sure you take advantage of that. Thank you to JJ Lute. Lute's Drive-Thru and Quaker Drive-Thru, all they do for Midvale Speedway.
All right, folks. Ground pound modified time. In the 02 is going to be Rick Sibla. In the 53 car, Dave Dobbins. On the inside in the number 3, going to be Jeff Dumpy, the third. Outside of him in a brand new car, the number 3, Austin Berger. On the inside in the number 82 car, going to be Bob Sibla Jr. On the outside of him in the 32, going to be Brian Whitnall. In the 97 car, going to be Stephen Kleineck. In the number 5 car, on the outside of him, going to be Mike Lawson. In the 0 car, going to be Mike Bowers. In the number 23 car, going to be Chris Parker. In the 21 car, Christine White. In the 39 car, Daniel Sharpless.
So your open modifieds coming to the 1 to go signal this time around. So the top 8 will transfer. Top 8 will transfer. This is your consi. The top 8 transfer to the John Dray Memorial 50. Presented by CNC Tire. Getting ready to go green. Rick Sibla. Double D Dave Dobbins. Green flag in the air.
Sibla, Dobbins take him down into 1 and 2. Remember, folks, top 8. So the 8th place car is the number 5 out there, so watch. Rick Sibla brings him out of 4. He's going to lead lap number 1.
Jeff Dunphy, the third, looking to the inside of Dave Dobbins for the 2nd spot. Again, keep your eyes on that transfer position. Right now, Brian Wetnall has it in the 32 machine. Brian Wetnall in the transfer position in the 32, and Austin Berger now going to move back to the bump spot. He's in the transfer position. So keep an eye on that 32, that 3, that 5. Those are your back markers for the transfer position, trying to work their way in as Jeff Dunphy the third trying to take over 2nd.
Sibla bringing him in on lap number 4. Lap number 4 as there's a good battle in the 2nd position with Dumpy and Dobbins battling for that 2nd position. Sibla right there. Kleineck right there. Lawson right there.
So the 39 of Dan Sharpless putting down fluid just going into turn number 1. The caution came out. The radio call came on the radio, but it was just in the nick of time as the 0-2 of Rick Sibla and everybody started sliding. It looks like everybody going to get out okay. Tough break for the 39 of Sharpless, his first night on the racetrack. And something happened. Don't know if he just lost a radiator hose or something going into turn number 1. And the field was approaching quickly. Good job by Tommy Kale and Jonathan Smith, the chief starters, to get that yellow out as soon as they started to see that fluid come out of the race cars. And the call from the race director on the radio to the drivers came, but it was a split second. And luckily, we didn't wad up cars into turn number 1. Whew, heartbreaking moment heading into turn number 1 for these last chance guys.
Absolutely, Chris. I tell you what, thank God we didn't crash any cars there, and everybody kept their focus on 1 and 2 as all the fluid was down in there.
So track safety team will head out and take a look at turn number 1. Definitely some fluid being put down, hopefully just a little bit of water.
I tell you what, Chris, I'm pretty sure it was water. I think the 39 car blew a radiator hose, because I was watching it a lap before, and it was looked like some water was puking out, and it was steaming.
So the quick cleanup almost finished in turns 1 and 2. Once they get that cleaned up, we will get back to our Consi racing here at Midvale Speedway. 5 laps complete. John Dray Memorial 50 for the Open Modifieds, brought to you by CNC Tire. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing, the 0-2 of Rick Sibla, the 3 of Jeff Dunphy III. Your front 2 machines in turn number 4. Green flag back in the air, 10 to go. Still side by side, 2 by 2 by 2 up front. Now the 0-2 of Rick Sibla takes the race lead once again. Oh, Sibla sideways in turn 2.
Good battle between the 32 car Brian Whitnall and Mike Lawson in the 5 car for that 6th and 7th position. Here comes Austin Berger. Mike Lawson gets a little sideways, entering 1. Able to collect it. Keep her going.
Rick Sibla down the back straightaway. We'll see 5 fingers in the air from Chief Starter Jonathan Smith. 5 laps to go for Rick Sibla. Jeff Dunphy III, Dave Dobbins, Stephen Kleineck, Bob Sibla, Brian Wetnall, Mikey Lawson, Austin Berger. 5 laps from being locked in. Mike Bowers, Christina White, and Chris Parker trying to get up there and get in.
And here comes Lawson in the 5 car to pass Brian Whitnall for that 6th position. Austin Berger right on the nose of Brian Whitnall for that 7th position also.
Race leader into turn number 3. Going to see the white flag off of turn number 4. 1 lap to go for Rick Sibla. All eyes on that transfer position between the 32, 3, and the 0. Right now the 32 and 3 are in. The 0 needs something to happen to get in. Is off of turn number 4. Your winner, Rick Sibla, the Consi. And transferring in will be the 3 of Austin Berger. And unfortunately, the nights are over for Mike Bowers, for Chris Parker, and for Christina White. Rick Sibla, Jeff Dunphy, Dave Dobbins, Stephen Kleineck, Bob Sibla, Mikey Lawson, Brian Wetnall, Austin Berger transfer in to the John Dray Memorial 50, brought to you by CNC Tire. Congratulations to Rick Sibla from Massillon, Ohio, and the Bachno Excavating, Ricky Sibla, Howard Hanna, Heatha Customs, Kraus Pizza, and Absolute Concrete, sponsored number 02 for picking up the Consi win, as he will transfer in along with 7 others.
That was some good racing, Chris. I'll tell you that right now. It's pretty cool to see my dad's old car. And Tyler Harmon. Coming out of 4, here we go. Green flag racing for Frank Halter and Tyler Harmon.
Good battle up front, Franklin Halter and the 15. Normally in the 75, his car right behind Tyler Harmon. DR3 in that Tyler Harmon machine just behind him in the 15. Franklin Halter up front. Oh, contact is the 64 of Luke Porco into the 15 of Harmon. Caution on the speedway. 64 of Porco got up the racetrack, got into the 15 of Harmon, and that may have cut a left rear on. So you guys can see the replay on Randy Vision down there in turn number 2. The 64 of Luke Porco pushed up in the center of the corner and got into the 15, way off the bottom there as he gets into the 15 of Tyler Harmon. Even had the right front brake locked up, did he? So they'll check those 2 machines out over across the way. They'll rejoin when they can. Franklin Halter, your race leader. The 99 of Jason Gruhl, the 22 of Kylie Wood, the 55 of Kyler Bertram, the 10 of Gavin Wood, and the 64 of Luke Porco.
DR3 in the 75, Jason Gruhl in the 99. Tighten it up, coming out of 4, here we go, green flag racing.
Don Rufner III into the back of Halter just a little bit in turn number 3. Everybody staying straight. Halter, your race leader. Tyler Harmon still fighting in an outside lane. Now his car is to the inside of him. With the 75 of Don Rufner III. Here comes Harmon back in the high lane in the 15.
Good battle between the top 4 cars. All nose to Taylor. Here comes Rufner looking to the bottom of Frank, but Frank closes the door coming out of 4.
Halter's 91 machine starting to push up a little bit at the exit of the corners. That's opening up the bottom if somebody wants to poke their nose in 3 wide. Halter painted on that white line this time around. Almost dead even at the line between Tyler Harmon and Franklin Halter. Good battle up front. Here comes Don Rufner III. All the way up to the door. Contact between the 3 machines. The 99 of Jason Gruhl up the racetrack. Here comes Kyler Bertram trying to make it 3 wide. The 75 of Don Rufner Jr. will plow through into the second spot. Don Rufner III into the second spot. Kyler Bertram III, white flag in the air, and now spin in turn 3.
2 cars sitting up in turns 3 and 4, Jason Gruhl and Frank Halter.
See the replay on Randy Vision, and there's the 99 of Gruhl getting into the 91 of Halter. Two laps to go. Green-white checkered finish for our street stock heat race. Tyler Harmon in the 15 with his car on the outside. That is Don Rufner III, and Rufner going to clear Harmon's car. Harmon sideways, maybe getting some help from the 55 of Kyler Bertram, and a caution on the speedway. My goodness. The marathon that is the street stock heat race will have another green-white checkered finish. I feel like we're at Daytona in overtime for a NASCAR race, trying to get it finished up. This is just a heat race.
Well, Chris,
We'll try it again. Maybe the 3rd or 4th or 5th time's the charm. Harmon and Rufner the 3rd. Green flag in the air. Much better start for Tyler Harmon that time, as he's on the bottom of the racetrack, and now a little bit of contact with his car in the outside lane. He can use it up, it's his.
Absolutely. He's got a little bit of sparks coming out of the left front of the 15 car that Rufner's driving. White flag, 1 lap to go as they come out of 2.
Final time into turn number 3, Tyler Harmon, and here comes Kylie Wood looking for the second spot. Checkered flag, Tyler Harmon in the 15, and the 75 of DR3 will finish second. Kylie Wood in third, Gavin Wood fourth, Luke Porco rounding out the top 5.
As the 15 car of Tyler Harmon rolls down here in victory lane, give a round of applause for Tyler Harmon.
New Philadelphia, Ohio driver in the K&D Creations, Steve's Auto Service, UFO, Wood RPM Motorsports, Joe's Lawn Care. Sponsor number 15, Tyler Harmon.
All right, in the 24 car, going to be Chase Wiggins. On the outside of him in the 17, going to be Nathan Smart. In that beautiful number 25 car, Josh Way. On the outside of him, Brandon Thomas, a.k.a. Pork Chop, in that number 5. In the 21, going to be Brady Cart. Outside of him in the 12, going to be Jeff Kuykendall. In the 88, going to be Dennis Wood. And rounding out the field in the 118, Colt Locker for this 8-lap heat race.
Colt Locker, your DLP commercial maintenance fastest qualifier in the street stocks, as they'll get the one to go signal this time. Again, thank you to DLP Commercial Maintenance for our top qualifier awards for all of our divisions here tonight for the Ohio Invitational. Brought to you by My Water Doctor and the John Drain Memorial, brought to you by CNC Tire. As we get ready to go for 8-lap heat race, Chase Wiggins, Nate Smart on the front row. Field moving down the back straightaway, looking for chief starter Jonathan Smith's green flag. Has it in hand. Field in 3. Wiggins, Smart, green flag, and we're underway.
Nathan Smart jumps out to the lead right off the rip in the 17 car. Chase Wiggins second. Good battle between Brandon Thomas and Josh Way for that third position. Coming in on lap number 1, it's going to be Nathan Smart.
Here comes Josh Way, looks to the inside of Chase Wiggins for the second spot. Move Josh Way to second. Here comes Brady Cart. Cart will get around Wiggins. He'll move up to the third spot, and Dennis Wood will follow him through. So Nate Smart out front, Josh Way, Brady Cart, Dennis Wood, and Chase Wiggins, your top 5.
Dennis Wood looked to the inside there for a minute. Brady Clark closes the door, coming out of 4. Nate Smart still your leader. Josh Way in second.
Front 4 nose to tail, they'll come to the white flag. Nate Smart trying to hang on in front of Josh Way. Brady Cart, Dennis Wood, white flag in the air of the fast street stock heat race.
Josh Way all over the back bumper of that 17 car, and Nate Smart as he's wheeling that car around, having a good run. Coming out of fourth, it's going to be Nate Smart. Nate Smart, your winner. Josh Way second. Brady Cart third. Dennis Wood fourth. Colt Locker fifth. As he comes down into victory lane, everyone give a round of applause to Nathan Smart.
Dover, Ohio driver in the AES Flooring, Bear Electric, Father Time, Blues Body and Paint, My Water Doctor, and Wise Motorsports sponsored. Number 17, Nate Smart.
All right, folks, next race on the track is going to be our B main. Coming out on the track in the number 4, going to be Gavin Clemens. Outside of him in the 19, Jake Keller. In the 59, going to Braden Furby. In the 202, Clayton Oliver. In the 47, Don Rufner. In the 42, Damian Andrews. In the 84, Scott Witten. And rounding out the field in the 85, going to be Jonathan Weber. In the number 20, going to be Larry Ennis Jr. In the number 8, Timmy Bowman. In the 44, AJ Andrews. And rounding out the field in the 9B, Brendan Neely.
Green flag in the air for the B main. The top 6 will transfer into the A main coming up a little bit later. Oh, Braden Furby problems as he goes way up high, stacks up the field, and now gets into Jonathan Weber. Weber into the wall hard right at the pit entrance. Braden Furby had something go wrong, was trying to get to pit road, and collected the 85 of Jonathan Weber. Taking a look at the replay on Randy Vision, and there's Furby going up through into the middle, and he's just trying to get to pit lane. Getting around him was the 202 of Clayton Oliver, and he thought he was clear to get to pit lane, and Jonathan Weber was there and just nowhere to go, and he stuck it right into the Uke tires at the pit entrance. Might have just missed the Uke tires. So right at the entrance of pit road, tough break for Jonathan Weber.
Almost looks like something broke on that 59 car.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of smoke there, and he's got the wheels pointed left, and they're not going left.
No, they're not.
And he goes up the racetrack. Rufner slides by, and that bottled up the 42 of Andrews and the 202 of Oliver. And unfortunately, the 85 of Weber tried to get around, and the 59 didn't know he was there, and contact and into the wall was the 85 of Weber, and he did miss the Uke tire, so that's good. That was a very
Oh, yeah, Chris, if you look right there, it looks like the tire came off the axle.
Yep.
Something's hanging there on the right front.
Yeah, it came completely out. The whole hub assembly and everything came out, so it looks like maybe a broken axle on the 59 is what caused that to go wrong. Good to see Jonathan Weber out of the car and okay as he's surveying the damage. be just a minute while they fix that piece of the wall that's knocked out of there as well.
Yeah, hopefully Weber don't have a lot of damage here. And he'll be able to make it back out for the, well, no, he's done. He's done, unfortunately.
Go to the restroom. Now would be a good time. Just a brief intermission before we roll into our feature programs. Gavin Clements and Clayton Oliver. Green flag. 15-lap Compact B feature.
Clemens and Oliver battle coming out of 2. Looks like Oliver's going to take the lead into 2:02, coming into 4, coming out of 4. The lead lap number 1, Clayton Oliver in a 2:02.
4 of Clemens threw a huge block on Don Rufner Jr. Cost Rufner the third position rather, as Damian Andrews moved up around the outside. He's going to get around Clemens and now got a little shot from Clemens again. Now they're going to be 3 wide into turn number 1. 3 wide. Rufner way up on the high side. And Damian Andrews through the middle will take over the second spot. They'll stay 3 wide again. Rufner will pull down in front of the 84 of Witten as they get around the 4 of Clements.
Clayton Oliver got a great lead on the 42 car of Damian Andrews.
3 wide again in the middle of the pack, right around that transfer position. Larry Ennis Jr., Scott Witten move up into those transfer spots. The 4 of Clements now chomps in front of the 9B of Brendan Neely. So right now in that 6th spot is the 44 of A.J. Andrews.
Good battle for the 4th and 5th position with Larry Ennis and Scott Winton, as A.J. Andrews in the 44 car is your transferring position car. He is 6th right now. Here comes Damian Andrews all over the back bumper, Clayton Oliver for that number 1 position as they go down the backstretch. Caution down in 1 and 2 as Gavin Clemens spins her down in 1 and 2 in the number 4 car. Brings out a caution.
Green flag back in the air. So caution on the speedway, the 44 of A.J. Andrews. A.J. Andrews chose the bottom and ended up going up to the outside lane when he realized that there was nobody else out there. Can't do that. You've got to So they'll get the 44 of Andrews. So right now that 6th spot is the 44 of A.J. Andrews. Right at the halfway mark, back to green flag racing.
Clayton Oliver brings the field in as they go down into 1 and 2. Rufner and Andrews battle for that number 2 position. Here comes Larry Ennis and A.J. Andrews.
Scott Witten going to move up to that transfer spot as he gets around Gavin Clements. So Scott Witten in the 84 is your transfer car right now. The 2 that are out, the 4 of Clements and the 8 of Bogma.
5 laps in for Clayton Oliver in the field. 5 more laps to go for the 202 as Andrews is all over the back bumper of that 202. Does he got enough time to get around him? Does he going to give him a chrome horn? We're going to find out within 5 laps here.
The 20 of Larry Ennis Jr. moves up to the 3rd spot. So Larry Ennis up to 3rd. Don Rufner Jr. slipping back in that outside lane in that HRT. Has the bottom lane now if he can get there. Here comes the 44 of A.J. Andrews. Two laps to go this time. The front 6 have pulled away from the 4 and the 8. 2 to go for Clayton Oliver. Trying to hang on and gets the bumper from Damian Andrews. Caution on the speedway. So you could see the replay on Randy Vision in turn number 2. The 42 of Damian Andrews easily in a transfer position. Now gets into the 202 of Clayton Oliver and puts him into the infield. And now that could cost the 42 of Andrews a transfer spot. Oh, we'll see what we do for regrouping here. So field going to choose in turn number 4 behind Clayton Oliver. Oliver to the bottom, of course. And Rufner will choose the outside. The only other car that chooses the outside, the 4. And Damian Andrews will choose the outside as well. So field on the back straightaway. They'll bunch them up. 20 of Larry Ennis Jr., Don Rufner Jr., side by side behind the race leader Clayton Oliver. 3 laps to go, green flag back in the air. Here comes Larry Ennis Jr., thought about the look on the 212 of Oliver. Now he'll switch to the outside lane as Damian Andrews moves back up into the transfer position. Damian Andrews in the 42 in the transfer spot, ahead of the 4 and the 8. White flag going to come out this time for Clayton Oliver in the 202. Larry Ennis Jr. to the outside of Oliver. Trying the crossover move, going to look to the bottom. Here comes Larry Ennis Jr. to the inside of Clayton Oliver. Ennis on the bottom going to take the race win in the B feature with a last lap pass. Larry Ennis Jr., Clayton Oliver. The 44 of A.J. Andrews, Don Rufner Jr., Scott Witten, Damian Andrews, the 6. That transfer.
Also, kids, there's a gentleman, 2 gentlemen up here giving out glow sticks. So come on up, raise the glow sticks up so they can see you. Go out and get yourself a glow stick. All kids, go out and get yourselves glow sticks.
Chris, you got a minute? No, I don't.
As he rolls into victory lane, he ain't even gonna take a victory lap. Ennis hauling, my water doctor. Larsco Construction. Give a round of applause to Larry Ennis Jr. Well, buddy, come on over here real quick. Let's talk real quick. I'll tell you what, that was a slick little move you did down there. How'd you get her done, bub?
I don't know, threw it in there.
Yeah, I know how you feel there. Who would you like to thank on this car?
I'd like to thank Larsco Construction, Justin Riley at My Water Doctor. If you need any water needs, he's the man to see. Ennis Hauling, and the old lady and my daughter, and all the fans.
There you go, folks. Give a round of applause to Larry Ennis Jr. And he thanks you, folks.
So, we'll just have Sophia pull it out. What do you think? I think that's a good idea. Well, Sophia's going to draw it out. Don't look down in there, Sophia. Just reach your hand in there and pull one out. Sophia, I love your earrings. They say boo. That's pretty cool. Good job, kiddo. All right. Brandy, is it Harper? Brandy Harper, Hasper? We are going to go ahead and draw. She wants card number 49. Card number 49. Brandy Harper, I believe it is. So we're going to go ahead and cut out card number 49. So coming up on the wave lap, we want everybody to turn their cell phones on. Turn those camera phones, those lights on during the wave lap here tonight at Midvale Speedway. We're going to do wave laps for all 4 features. So make sure you get those cell phones out, get them ready. Get those camera phones working. We're going to light up Midvale Speedway and wave off our competitors each and every feature tonight. You, the fans, want the wave laps. We're going to give them to you. We'll start with the rundown. On the front row, the 17 of Nathan McCauley. On the outside, the 13 of Kenny Feaster Jr.
The 51 of Rick Elkins. On the outside of him, and the 16, Adam White.
Row number 3, the 6 of Kyle Lawson. The 60 of Sam Bingham.
In the 32 car, Norm Taylor. In the 31 car, Doug Meyer.
The 21 is Bryce Allensworth. And your defending champion of the Ohio Invitational in the modifieds is the number 10 of Nathan Embry.
In the 64 car is going to be Ian Porco. On the outside of him in the 0 car is going to be Lucas Ripley.
The 331 is Mike Stone. The number 12 is Bubba Smith.
In the 66 car is going to be Lewis McGrath. On the outside of him, the 07, Parker Ennis.
The 02 is Rick Sibla. The number 3 is Jeff Dunphy III.
In the 53, it's Dave Dobbins. On the outside of him in the 32, going to be Brian Whitnall.
The number 97 is Stephen Kleineck. The number 3 is Austin Berger.
In the 0 car is going to be Mike Bowers. And then rounding out the field in the number 5, it is Mike Lawson.
All right, going to let them warm up their tires here just a little bit. When we get the formation lap and give them the 1 to go signal, everybody going to stand up in turns 3 and 4. Everybody on the front straightaway. We're going to get those cell phone lights out. We're going to light up Midvale Speedway with our cell phones and our camera phones and our lights, whatever you got. You can use those glow sticks as well. We're going to light up Midvale Speedway and salute our drivers as they'll wave back to you on the wave lap for the John Drain Memorial 50, presented by CNC Tire for the Ohio Invitational Open Modifieds at Midvale Speedway. Where are you at over there, turn 3? I don't see no cell phones on over there. Let's wave them off. Wave lap in turn 3, turn 4, front straightaway, high and low. Get those camera phones out and light up Midvale Speedway and salute your John Drain Memorial Ohio Invitational Open Modified 50 field.
I'll tell you what, Chris, this is going to be a heck of a show. We got a lot of good drivers out there on this racetrack. Field
will move into turn number 1. 24 Big Motor Open Modifieds getting ready to go racing for the John Drain Memorial portion of the Ohio Invitational. Nathan McCauley, Kenny Feaster Jr. in turn number 3, looking for Chief Starter Jonathan Smith's green flag, and we're underway. Back from the fence in turn 4, back from the fence immediately in turn 4.
Down in 3 and 4, kids.
Kids, back from the fence immediately, please. Kids, back from the fence immediately, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for going down.
Thank you. We do not allow anybody next to the fence. Back from the fence, please. Kids, go sit down. So problems on the start. The 10 of Nathan Embry, your defending champion of the Ohio Invitational, has a problem off of turn number 4 and wrecked. That is exactly why we tell everybody to stay back from the fence. We do not get up near the fence or near the walkways while race cars are on the racetrack. A big no-no. Please, parents, kids beside you, older adults, make sure that the kids stay back from the fence. It is for your safety. So looking at the replay on Randy Vision in turn number 2, Doug Meyer putting down some fluid out of the 31 machine, and you can see it on the front straightaway, and that got Nathan Embry sideways and into the fence right at the exit of turn 4. Nowhere to go was the 0 of Lucas Ripley, and he plowed into the 10 of Embry. So yeah, taking a look, the 31 of Doug Meyer definitely putting fluid down after looking at the replay, and Nathan Embry, the defending champion, at no fault of his own, gets into the front straightaway wall, and the same with Lucas Ripley, just nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I apologize for raising my voice there, but just trying to make sure that the kids stay safe down there, and it happened right in front of the kids, and just don't want to see anybody get hurt. The fluid coming out of these race cars can be boiling hot. Hot water, hot oil, debris, and everything else. Just don't want to see anybody get hurt here at Midvale Speedway. So again, I apologize for raising my voice, but just trying to get those kids back. Not a good situation.
Hey, we're
Well, we promised you a fireworks show. Now, let's get to some racing. All right, after a long weather delay, we got race cars on the racetrack.
Thank God, folks, we got race cars on the track. So I'm going to go through the lineup here. In the 78, it's going to be Stephen Feaster. On the outside of him is going to be Delmer Clark. Then we're going to have 62, Caden Scott. In the 957 is going to be Brandon France. In the 68X is going to be Corbin Robinson. The 45T of Timmy Kaup. In the 7, Will Custer. In the 52, Jeremy Sounder. In the number 9, Gavin Roop. In the XX1 coming up through the backstretch, Justin Riley. In the 20, Larry Ennis Jr. In the 202, Clayton Oliver. I think they heard you. In the 44, A.J. Andrews. In the 47, Don Rufner. In the 84, Scott Whitten. And rounding out the field in the 42, Damian Andrews.
All right, gonna let them warm up their tires a little bit here before we go racing.
All right, folks, we're going to line them back up here and get them lined up here correctly, and we're going to go back green flag racing. Once again, I'll run through the lineup one more time for you, folks. The 78, Stephen Feaster. On the outside, him in the 0, Delmer Clark. In the 62, Caden Scott. In the 45T, coming up through the field, it is Timmy Kaup. In the 957, Brandon France. In the 68X, Corbin Robinson. In the number 7, Will Custer. In the number 9, Gavin Roop. In the XX1, Justin Riley. In the 20, Larry Ennis Jr. 202, Clayton Oliver. 44, A.J. Andrews. Don Rufner. In the 47, Scott Winton. In the 84, the 52 going up is going to be Jeremy Salander. And rounding out the field in the 42 car is going to be Damian Andrews.
All right. Wave lap this time around. Wave lap this time around. So turn 3, turn 4, front straightaway. If you want to pull out your phones, pull out your cell phones, turn those lights on if they're still charged. You still got battery power. Let's wave them off this time around as they'll come to the white flag next time. Turn 3, turn 4, front straightaway. Let's salute our drivers. I know it's been a long night, but look, let's catch our second win and watch a good field of racing here at Midvale Speedway. Compacts getting ready to go green after a long weather delay. Let them hear you. Let them see you. Let them know that you appreciate them hanging around. They appreciate you for being here. After a long delay, we're ready to go racing at Midvale Speedway.
I know one thing, Chris. I'm ready to go, buddy. We're going to see some good racing action.
Stephen Feaster, Alan Clark on the front row. Caden Scott, Brandon France in row 2. Getting ready to go green. Timmy Kalp up there as well. Off of turn number 4, Chief Starter Tommy Kale. Green flag in the air and we're underway for the compact portion of the Ohio Invitational presented by My Water Doctor.
Steven Feaster jumps out into the lead right off the rip as he goes down into 3 and 4. He's going to come out of 4. He's going to lead lap number 1. Here comes Caden Scott into 62 and Delmer Clark on the outside of him.
Brandon France trying to take over the 3rd spot from the 0 of Alan Clark as Caden Scott moves in on the race lead. Will Custer in the 7 going to take over the 4th spot from Alan Clark now. The General Will Custer bringing the doctor Gavin Roop along with him. They try and move into the top 5. And a battle for the race lead. Caden Scott to the outside of Steven Feaster.
Whoa, Delmer Clark gets loose down in 1 and 2. Able to collect it, he keeps her going. Good battle up front between Steven Feaster and Caden Scott for that top spot. Brandon France right there. Gavin Root, Will Custer in the 7 and Gavin Root battle for that 4th position. We got a caution out as AJ Andrews has spun down in 1 and 2. The 44 car of AJ Andrews spinning down in 1 and 2.
And everybody does behind. Feaster going to choose the bottom. Looks like to the top goes Will Custer and the 957 of Brandon France. First one to choose the bottom is the 68. That's a little interesting. So we come back to green. 5 laps complete, 35 to go. Chief Starter Tommy Kale, green flag in hand. Getting ready to go green. So trying to get the 7 of Will Custer in the high lane where he chose. Will Custer to be in the high lane. He chose the high. And we'll go green flag racing this time. Field coming into turn number 3. Getting ready to go green. Through 3, through 4. Green flag back in the air.
Caden Scott still your leader. Steven Feaster, Brandon France battle for that number 2 position, and here comes the Custer, the General, and the number 7 on the outside. Good battle for the 4th position between Corbin Robinson and Will Custer and the number 7. Gavin Roots, the doctor, right there as well.
Front three have single filed out, checked out just a little bit from Corbin Robinson and Gavin Roop are now clear of Will Custer. So Caden Scott, your race leader. Brandon France second. They've got a couple car lengths over Stephen Feaster. And then it's a little ways back to the battle between Corbin Robinson and Gavin Roop now on the outside.
Brandon France in that second position, trying to make a move on Caden Scott as the field is kind of spread out a little bit. Nobody's really doing anything but the top two cars. Good battle in the back of the field between the 45 of Timmy Taup and the XX1 of Justin Riley, battling for a position.
Gavin Roop trying to take over that fourth spot as he gets around the 68 of Corbin Robinson. Still single file out front. Front two have checked out by about 10 or 12 car lengths over Stephen Feaster. Gavin Roop is coming in the 9 machine. Gavin Roop to the inside of Stephen Feaster for the third spot. Move the doctor to third.
Brandon France all over the back bumper of Caden Scott. He's looking low, he's looking high. He seems to can't get around him right now, but we'll see what happens here as he goes high again, going down into 1 and 2.
Into turn number 3. Caden Scott, your leader, and here comes Gavin Roop, halfway home, 20 laps in, 20 to go. Halfway for Caden Scott, Brandon France, and the 9 of Gavin Roop.
Good battle between the top 3 cars between Caden Scott, Brandon France, and here comes Gavin Roop to the inside of France, all over the back bumper of Caden Scott. The doctor has arrived in the number 9. Gavin Roop looks to the bottom of Caden Scott going into 1 and 2. Side by side coming out of 2. The doctor, the new kid, Gavin Roop takes the lead. Good battle in the back of the field as Stephen Feaster and Will Custer battle for that 5th and 6th position.
Gavin Roop working through lap traffic as your race leader. He's pulled out about a half a straightaway lead over Caden Scott and Brandon France, and now the 68 of Corbin Robinson. Three-way battle for the runner-up spot behind Gavin Roop. As Gavin about a half a straightaway lead over that trio battling for second. Good battle for second as we wind things down. Be 5 laps to go this time around. Gavin Roop down the back straightaway. He'll see 5 fingers in the air from Chief Starter Tommy Kale. 5 laps to go for Gavin Roop. Gavin Roop will cross the line. 2 laps to go. 2 to go for Gavin Roop. Gavin Roop going to see the white flag this time around as he comes off of turn number 3 and 4. White flag for the Dr. Gavin Roop. Still good battle for second between Caden Scott, Brandon France, Corbin Robinson still trying to settle that second position as Will Custer will round out the top 5. Here's the Twin Checkers. Your Ohio Invitational winner for the compacts is Gavin Roop. Caden Scott finishes second. Brandon France in third. Corbin Robinson fourth. Will Custer in fifth.
Shampoo on the card. Boulevard Lanes drops the flag. This must be his first time in victory lane. Independent Home Improvement crew coming out. Everyone give a round of applause for Gavin Root, the doctor. Come on over here, bud. We're gonna make this quick and easy. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
How'd you get her done? You started back in the field a little bit. You had to work your way up. Tell me how you did it real quick.
Oh, there was no outside, so I tried to work my way to the inside, and this thing was going, but I started to get a little nervous there because the brakes started to go out, and every time I hit the brakes, I wanted to kick sideways on me, but I got adjusted to it, and we went with it, and
Track looks like it's pretty good, pretty dry now.
yeah, that did not feel like 40 laps. I was sitting there, I seen him put his hands in the air, and I thought he said halfway, and I'm like, I hope it's almost over.
All right, there you go. Everyone give a round of applause for Gavin Root, the doctor. Next up on the track's going to be the ground pounding modifieds. They're lining up right now on back pit side. I can hear them.
All right. The John Dray Memorial Ohio Invitational portion of the Open Modifieds. Starting on the pole, the 17 is Nathan McCulley. Alongside in the front row, the 13 of Kenny Feaster Jr.
In the 51 car, it's going to be Rick Elkins. On the outside of him in the 16, Adam White.
The number 6 machine is Kyle Lawson. The 60 is Sam Bingham.
In the 32 car is going to be Norm Taylor. Outside of him is going to be the 21 of Bryce Allensworth.
The 64 is Ian Porco. The 331 is Mike Stone. We're going to let him warm up the tires. We'll finish the lineup in a minute. After Ian Porco in the 64 and the 331 is Mike Stone.
In the 12 car is going to be Bubba Smith. On the outside of him is going to be the 66 of Lewis McGrath.
The 07 is Parker Ennis. The 02 is Rick Sibla.
In the 3 car is going to be Jeff Dumfrey the third. In the 53 car going to be Dave Dobbins.
The number 5 car is Mikey Lawson. The 32 is Brian Wetnall.
In the number 3 is going to be Austin Berger, and rounding out the field in the 0 is going to be Lucas Ripley.
All right, next time around, we're going to do the wave lap. Let's send off our modified field. Get those phones out one more time. Let's wave those phones, those lights, those cameras. Let's get them out, light up Midvale Speedway. Another time for our modified field. A great field of open modifieds that stuck around to put on a show for you guys. Let's show the appreciation back to them. Let them see you. Wave those phones down in turn 4. Front straightaway, turn 3. Where's those phones at? Let's wave them. Wave off your field as we'll come to the white and get the one to go signal here. Field on the back straightaway, off of turn number 2. Nathan McCauley, Kenny Feaster Jr. have the field in hand. 50 lap open modified feature, John Drain Memorial Ohio Invitational is green. So Kenny Feaster Jr. getting a little bit of jump on that start. Caution comes out for the failed start. Problems for the 331 of Mike Stone in turn 2. The field kind of got boxed up. Sam Bingham in row 3. 50 lap. John Drain Memorial. Ohio Invitational for the open modifieds. Chief starter Jonathan Smith, green flag in hand. And we're underway.
McCauley jumps out to the lead. Caution. We're going to have another caution. Caution out on the racetrack.
So the 17 and 13 being worn on the radio once again. Field will come back to green, third time's hopefully the charm. McCauley, Feaster Jr., Elkins, White, Lawson, Bingham, your front 3 rows. Let's try it again. Open modified feature is green.
Adam White spins out down there in 1 and 2 as he sits down there in the number 16 car.
So Adam White gets tagged from behind. I guess we'll have to rely on a 4th time's a charm. So we'll try it again, complete restart. McCauley and Feaster Jr. into turn number 3. Chief starter Jonathan Smith, green flag in hand. So drivers being told if they can't get this one right, they can restart from the tail. Green flag is in the air.
Nathan McCauley going to lead lap number 1 as Kenny Feaster second. Rick Elkins third, Adam White fourth in a battle between the 5th and 6th position between Kyle Lawson and Sam Bingham. Sam Bingham going to take over the 5th position. Jeff Dumfries going to stop down in 1 and 2. Caution out as Jeff Dumfries the third stops down in 1 and 2 as he goes pit side.
Jeff Dunphy the third had an issue over in turn 2. Probably was a tire. He is over pit side. Feaster will choose. Field getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Nathan McCauley. Green is in the air. So field gets the 1 to go signal. Nathan McCauley out front. Kenny Feaster Jr., Rick Elkins Jr. In the row behind, then Adam White, Sam Bingham. Your top 5 right now. 2 laps on the board. Getting ready to go back green.
Kenny Feaster that a high side. Something wrong with the 13 car as Nathan McCauley still your leader. Coming in on lap number 5, Rick Elkins. Rick Elkins in second, Sam Bingham third, Bryce Allensworth fourth, and Adam White in 5th.
10 laps on the board. Nathan McCauley starting to pull away from the field. Rick Elkins Jr., the 60 of Sam Bingham, the 21 of Bryce Allensworth, the 16 of Adam White, your top 5. Nathan McCauley out by almost a second and a half right now. $18 laps on the board. Nathan McCauley continues to pull away with an over a 2-second lead now. 2.1 the lead for Nathan McCauley as he closes in on Austin Berger and the 5 of Mikey Lawson. Those two will be the first two in jeopardy of going a lap down. We'll see if lap traffic comes into play, allows Rick Elkins Jr. to close in. Right now, everybody's single filed out, logging some laps as we move ever closer to the halfway point. 20 laps complete now for McCauley.
Lucas Ripley in the 0 car going pit side. Lucas Ripley pulls off the track. Halfway in, 24 in, 25 laps to go. .29 laps complete this time around. Nathan McCauley works around Brian Wetnall, still with about a second and a half. 1.4 is the lead. So Rick Elkins starting to close in a little bit through lap traffic. McCauley now has a little bit before he catches Kyle Lawson
Lawson back in the 14th position. And right now, Sam Bingham has a mirror full of the 30 or the 21 of Bryce Allensworth.
Here comes Rick Elkins, as Chris just told you. Rick Elkins pulling in the leader as he's in second position. Just got around Brian Whitnall. And we got a caution on the car. 66 car, broken rear end. He's going to go pit side.
Yeah, broken shock, broken trailing arm, broken something in the back of that machine, but that rear end moving all over the place.
Bottom line, Chris.
66, yeah.
A little bit of broken everything.
A little bit of broken everything. Tough break for Lewis McGrath, running in the top 10 as he will head pit side and will re-rack. 32 laps on the board. 32 laps complete. 18 laps to go. The 1.4 second lead that Nathan McCauley enjoyed is now gone. Rick Elkins Jr. in the second spot, Sam Bingham third, Bryce Allensworth fourth, Adam White fifth, Bubba Smith in sixth. Then Ian Porco, Michael Stone, Norm Taylor, Dave Dobbins, your top 10. Use the bottom lane, Bingham the high side. Allensworth, White both to the bottom, Bubba Smith to the high side.
Next time around, we're going to get the white flag.
This is the first Ohio Invitational two-day show. If you paid to come on Saturday or Sunday, you got Monday as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Crazy afternoon, crazy evening.
Yeah, it was what, 90 degrees a couple hours ago. All right, let's get ready to go. 32 laps complete. Nathan McCauley, your race leader. He'll bring the field into green. Chief starter Jonathan Smith, green flag in hand, and we're back underway.
Good battle between the number 2 position between Rick Elkins and Sam Bingham as Nathan McCauley bring him in on lap number 33. Good battle between Elkins and Sam Bingham. Elkins going to take it away. Here comes Bubba Smith. Bubba Smith, Sam Bingham battling side by side.
Norm Taylor had a big drift through 1 and 2, lost about 5 or 6 spots. He's now all the way back behind the 32 of Wetnall. It's a big slide by the 32 of Norm Taylor.
Bubba Smith going to take over the 3rd position as he hunts down Rick Elkins. 35 laps in, 5 more laps to go. Or 15, excuse me.
coming in, 9 laps to go for Nathan McCauley, who is pulled away from Rick Elkins Jr.
Sam Bingham stops up there in turns 3 and 4. It looks like something broke on the car as he sits up in 3 and 4.
Top break for Sam Bingham in the 60, having a strong run in the 4th spot. Top 5, and he's unbuckling. Tough break for the 60 of Sam Bingham. A strong run in that car. 7 laps to go in this one. Nathan McCauley been strong out front. When you can pull away from the 51 of Rick Elkins Jr. and the 12 of Bubba Smith in a modified at Midvale Speedway, you're doing something. This 17 is flat hooked up tonight.
Michael Stone's moving up. Bryce Allensworth.
Listen, this is going to be a good finish right here. Good last 7 laps.
This is going to be a real good finish. I agree with you, Chris.
So 43 laps complete, 7 to go. Field gets the 1 to go signal. Nathan McCauley, Rick Elkins Jr., Bubba Smith, Bryce Allensworth, Mike Stone, your top 5. Getting ready to go back to green. 7 laps to finish it. Can anybody do anything with McCauley? We're back underway. Five laps to go, 4 to go this time around. Nathan McCauley.
Good battle for the 5th and 6th position between Ian Porco and Michael Stone. Nathan McCauley still your leader. Rick Elkins in 2nd. Bubba Smith 3rd. Bryce Allensworth 4th. .48 laps in, 2 laps to go for Nathan McCauley. Coming in, coming out of 4, he's going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go for Nathan McCauley and Rick Elkins. He enters 3. He enters 4, comes out of 4. Nathan McCauley going to be your Ohio Invitational Modified John Graham Memorial Feature winner.
Put your hands together for your Ohio Invitational John Dray Memorial Feature winner. Pulling into H&M Collision Victory Lane in the Smith Brothers Motorsports, Moose Lodge, Advanced Air Heating and Air Conditioning, sponsored number 17. Getting ready to climb out. Helmet getting undone. Here's your feature winner. Put your hands together for Nathan McCauley. Man, what a run you had tonight. Listen, when you're pulling away from the 12 and the 51, you're doing something, brother.
Yeah, you know, that Bob Cumbo here, man, that's the crew chief you got to have right there. He gave me a hell of a car today, man. You know, we've had a really tough year. Seems like every time we've been out, we've been either wrecked or tore up or involved in something. So, you know, today's a hell of a day.
Well, and it's Monday now.
Exactly.
Hey, you got this big check coming in. Who you want to thank real quick on the 17?
Yeah, you know, you got to thank the Moose here out there in Worthington down by GAF. That's good shingles right there. Get you some. Squeak, you know, he gives us a great motor every time. He got, you know, this is my first time in Victory Lane. I don't know what to say here, man.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
No, you got to think how. Without them, this car would not be where it is. You know, they give us some great parts and some great technical support. So I really appreciate everybody on this 17 crew.
Well, welcome to H&M Collision Victory Lane at Midvale Speedway, Nathan McCauley. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Your winner, Nathan McCauley. Harmon, the 91 of Franklin Halter, the 64 of Luke Porco. Getting ready to go green. Sorry, we screwed that wave lap up there. Apologize. Getting ready to go green, 40-lap street stock feature, and we're underway.
DR3 and the 75 car going to lead lap number 1 as we have a good battle between the 22 and the 99.
Problems for Jason Gruhl up out of the groove. Problems for the 99 as he's falling back. Tough break for the 99 of Jason Gruhl. As Don Rufner III up front, hanging on in front of Kylie Wood and Kyler Bertram, your top three.
Kylie Wood looking to the inside of DR3 in that 75 car, but he closes the door going into 1 and 2. Here comes Kyler Bertram and Nathan Smart in the 17.
So you guys all saw the replay on Randy Vision in turn number 2. And the 17 was all the way to the double fives on the door of Kyler Bertram and never moved off of the bottom of the racetrack. So the 55 will be charged with the caution. He will tag the tail. The 17 and 8 Smart will get his spot in the 3rd position. So your race leader, DR3, Don Rufner the 3rd, Kylie Wood in the 2nd spot, Nate Smart 3rd, Josh Way, and Jeff Kuykendall, your top 5. Chase Wiggins, Colt Locker, Dennis Wood, Jason Gruhl, Brady Cart, your top 10. So going to choose here in turn number 4. And Wood chooses the bottom. Nate Smart to the top. Wade to the bottom. Kuykendall to the top. And your DLP commercial maintenance fastest qualifier, the 118 of Colt Locker, chooses the top on the outside of Chase Wiggins.
5 in, 35 laps to go. As DR3 brings the field into the white flag.
5 laps complete, 35 to go. Street stock feature. Portion of the Ohio Invitational. Ready to go back, green flag racing, DR3 up front. Hopefully everybody will mind their P's and Q's here. Get some laps in just like the modified race did. DR3 takes them back to green.
Good battle between the second place and third place car of Kylie Wood and Nathan Smart. As Nathan's battling on the outside.
Kylie Wood just about lost it in turn, or on the back straightaway off of turn 2. She's going to give up the 2nd spot to Nate Smart. And now the 25 of Josh Way on the outside of the 22. Here comes the 12 of Kuykendall. So after looking at the replay, you guys saw the replay out on the Randy Vision in turn number 2. The 17 was to the door of the 75 car of Don Rufner Jr., or Don Rufner III. The 17 was coming down towards the white line. The 75 was coming down into the low groove, and the 17 was there. You guys saw the same replay that I did over there on Randy Vision, and the 17 is at the door. So the 17 is your race leader. The 25 of Josh Way in the second spot. Then or actually it would be the 22 of Kylie Wood. But where did Kylie go? So actually, Nate Smart, Kylie Wood, Josh Way, Jeff Kuykendall, Colt Locker, your top 5. At the diamond in turn number 4, and Kylie Wood chooses the bottom, and Josh Way chooses the top. Kuykendall the bottom. Dennis Wood chooses the top. He'll make up a couple spots. And we'll get the one to go signal this time. 8 laps complete.
Next time around, Nathan Smart gonna bring the field to the green flag. Kylie Wood, Josh Way right behind him in second and third. Jeff Kuykendall and Dennis Wood in fourth and fifth as they enter 3, coming into 4. Green flag racing for Nathan Smart here.
Sofield gets the one to go signal, and the Marathon Street Stock feature will hopefully get some laps in. Jeez, oh Pete. Field in turn 3. And we're back to green.
Nathan Smart coming into 3 and 4 out of 4. He's going to lead lap number 9, Josh Way, all over the back bumper of Nathan Smart. Here comes Dennis Wood and Jeff Kuykendall. Dennis Wood going to take the 3rd position away from his daughter. New leader, Josh Way in the 25.
Here comes the 88 of Dennis Wood. He'll get to the inside of Nathan Smart. Josh Way, Dennis Wood, your top 2. Kuykendall in the 4th spot. He'll try to work on Nate Smart now as well for the 3rd spot. The 118 of Colt Locker on the outside of the 21 of Brady Cart.
Dennis Wood all over the back bumper of Josh Way. Caution out on the racetrack, caution.
Speeding ticket for the 25 of Josh Way. He broke out of his qualifying time, 2 laps. He will go to the tail of the field. Your new race leader, the 88 of Dennis Wood. Nate Smart is in the 2nd spot, the 12 of Jeff Kuykendall. In the 3rd spot, then the 22 of Kylie Wood, the 21 of Brady Cart. So speeding ticket for Josh Way, as he will tag the tail end of the field 2 laps under his qualifying time. The breakout rule tonight was 0.2, so even more so than the normal breakout rule. And unfortunately for Josh Way, he was under that time 2 laps during the feature, out front, both laps out front, and he will go to the tail. So as soon as we get Josh Way to the back, we'll choose in turn number 4, 12 laps complete. So field to get the 1 to go signal, 12 laps complete. Dennis Wood, your race leader. Nate Smart, Jeff Kuykendall, Kylie Wood, Brady Cart, your top 5. Getting ready to go back to green, and we're underway.
Dennis Wood brings the field in. Jeff Kuykendall takes the 2nd position away from Nathan Smart in 3rd. Kylie Wood 4th. Brady Cart 5th. Young gun Brady Cart having a good run on the outside in that 21 car.
Halfway home for Dennis Wood. Halfway for Dennis Wood. Jeff Kuykendall about a second back, or about 5 or 6 car lengths. Then another second and a half back to Nate Smart. Kylie Wood in the 4th spot. Brady Cart rounding out the top 5.
Caution on the racetrack as Brady Cart spins down in on the front stretch here in the grass.
So taking a look at the replay on Randy Vision in turn number 2. 21 gets into the back of the 22 of Kylie Wood. Maybe just, maybe not, maybe, yep. So after looking at the replay, it appears that there was maybe ever so slight of a touch from the 25 to the back of the 21, But then after they came clean and there was space between them, then the 21 started to spin. So the 21 being charged with the caution. And we'll get the choose down in. Choosing here. So we're choosing here. And Kuykendall will choose the bottom. So will Smart. So will Wood. And Josh Way will choose the top. All right, field will get the one to go signal this time. 26 laps on the board, 14 to go. Late models lining up pit side. So getting ready to go back to green. Dennis Wood out front. Kuykendall, Josh Way from the back all the way up. Back to the front. Green flag in the air.
Good battle between Josh Way and Jeff Kuykendall for that number 2 position. Dennis Wood still your leader. Kuykendall going to take the number 2 position away from Josh Way. Dennis Wood still your leader. Way drops back to 3rd. .30 laps in, 10 laps to go for Dennis Way. The top 3, Dennis Wood, excuse me. The top 3 are pretty tight here. Coming in on lap 35. 35 in, 5 more laps to go for Dennis Wood.
Dennis Wood gets around Franklin Halter. He'll see the white flag off of turn number 4. 1 lap to go. Final time down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Your Ohio Invitational Street Stock winner, Dennis Wood. Jeff Kuykendall second, Josh Way third, Nathan Smart fourth, Kylie Wood in fifth.
As he rolls into victory lane, UFO, Your Dials Fabrication, Aaron Hammer Construction, KD Creation, Holland Recycling, Wise Motorsports, Yard Can, RPM Wood Motorsports, S&A, SAS, Steve's Auto Repair. Everyone give a round of applause to D. Wood, Dennis Wood. Come on over here, old man. He ain't interviewing you. Give me a handshake, buddy. About time you get my car in victory lane. Tell me about it.
No. I struggled a little bit today because I had new tires on it. I put the old bulb ones on for the feature. She was pretty good, and so I want to thank all the fans for staying. I know it's a long night, but thank Randy and Kim for getting it in because I didn't want to come back tomorrow. So
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, real quick. You started in the back of the pack a little bit. You worked your way up. Tell me how you got that done real quick.
just patience. Just got to choose the right spots when to go, and I don't know.
There it is. Dennis Wood. Well, folks, as Bob Schneider sits on the backstretch, I don't know if you remember me talking earlier about the thermometer in his car. Right now, as he sits, it reads 64.0 inside that cockpit of that race car. I'll give you updates as we start this race and they show me. We'll see if that temperature builds up. So right now, sitting On the backstretch, we're going to announce some names here. Number 1, Jesse Adams. The number 17, Bob Schneider. The 17 on the outside, Andrew Smart.
The 87 is Mike Mazzagatti. The 81 is Brendan Lucius.
The number 7, Rich Rohr. The 59, Gary Whiskey.
The 83 is RJ White. The 67 is Bob Page.
And the 99 is going to be John Sanquist Jr. And then the 65 is going to be Jimmy Carter.
The 51 is Brandon Short, your DLP commercial maintenance fastest qualifier.
And the 0 car is going to be George Riddle.
The 25 is Chris Grubbs. The 999 is Neil Rowley.
The 45 is Kevin Gardner. The 169, Denny Benjamin.
The 62 machine is Caleb Swanson, and the 69 is Lee McCreary. Gonna give them a couple laps to get their engines warmed up, their tires warmed up, and we'll go racing. Bob Snyder Jr., Brendan Lucius. Mike Mazzagatti, Rich Rohr, your front 6. Getting ready to go green in turn number 3. Off of 4, we're underway. So we'll try it again. Going to get the 1 to go signal. Guys not wanting to get lined up where they're supposed to be. Go figure, right? So, Jesse Adams, Andrew Smart, Bob Snyder Jr., Brendan Lucius, Mike Mazzagatti, Rich Rohr. We'll try it again. The John Drain Memorial Ohio Invitational, presented by My Water Doctor and CNC Tire. Getting ready to go. Green flag racing. Field in turn 3. And we're underway.
Jesse Adams in the number 1 car going to lead lap number 1 as Andrew Smart drops back to second.
So Rich Rohr out of this one early. Had some problems down in turns 1 and 2. Jesse Adams out front in the 1. Andrew Smart second. The 81 of Brendan Lucius in third. Bob Snyder Jr. fourth. Mike Mazzagatti fifth. The 83 of RJ White. Here comes the 81 of Brendan Lucius. Lucius.
Oh, in the 83 car.
RJ White just destroyed the front stretch wall. As you can see on the Randy Vision screen, that right front is gone. Checking on the driver, make sure he's okay. Putting the window net down. Austin Stoll on the scene quickly. Comes Ralph and Chuck in as well. Hard hit on the front straightaway with the 83 of RJ White on lap number 7. Man, just RJ White thinking he was clear of Bob Snyder Jr. Snyder had some problems down in turns 3 and 4 and slowed up. And I think RJ thought he was going to be clear of the 17 of Snyder, and he just wasn't. The 83 of RJ White nosing into the front stretch wall right at the start-finish line. Hard hit. Another view from the turn 1 camera. Great job down there by our Mid-Vid Racing video team to show that up there. So going to get the RJ White car on the rollback. See, there's Snyder, who slid up in turns 3 and 4. And I think RJ White thought he was going to be clear when he got around Snyder, who was a little slower in that high lane. Continue to watch the camera, and RJ comes up off the bottom, and Bob Snyder's still there. And right there, the contact And RJ White will nose head on into the wall right at the start-finish line. So hard hit. Good to see RJ White okay and in turn number 2 after a hard hit on lap 7. There's a lot of damage on that RJ White 83. Just hate to see it. RJ White had a feature win earlier this season here at Midvale Speedway. That car has been really good here and took a hard hit into that front straightaway wall. So getting the 83 of RJ White on the rollback, accomplishing that now. Appreciate Jason Main and Matt Wallach, all the infield safety crew and team down there getting that machine up on the rollback. Good to see RJ White okay after a hard hit on the front straightaway on lap number 7. Jesse Adams, your race leader. Andrew Smart second. Brendan Lucius in third. Bob Snyder Jr., Mike Mazzagatti. Gary Whitkey, Jimmy Carter, Brandon Short, John Sanquest, George Riddle, the top 10.
I'll tell you what, Chris, we're only 7 laps in it, but the 81 car, Lucas, he's having a good run.
Yeah, that car looked real good as he got around Andrew Smart. The problem was the accident happened before that lap was completed, so he'll go back behind the 17 of Smart when we go back to the previous lap. But that 81 looked good, and the one of Jesse Adams looked good a couple of weeks ago here. And
Bob Schneider sitting on the back stretch. He's got a
flat left front.
Yeah, flat tire.
Yeah, after that contact with RJ White, so the 17 will have to head pit side and get that changed.
Also looking at the cockpit of the car of the 17 of Bob Schneider, it's 71.6 degrees inside that car right now.
Yeah?
Your tire went flat.
Oh, did it? Can I back in there?
The left one's flat. Well, we're under a red right now. You can't do anything just yet.
What'd they say? I mean, he come all the way up on me.
So when RJ White hit the front straightaway wall, he may have taken out the scoring loop. So looking to try and fix that real quick down there is Tommy and Matthew. So when RJ White hit the scoring loop, he might have cut the wire. So having to check that real quick. Hopefully they'll be able to just put that right back together and be good to go. Brandon McCrae going to go down and take a look too. So hopefully that will be able to be a quick repair. Just, what's the odds, right? It's 3 o'clock in the morning and RJ White gets wrecked on the front straightaway and hits the scoring loop right at the exact point where the scoring loop comes onto the racetrack and wipes out our scoring. So if we have to, we can hand score it like old school, but All right, so field going to get the one to go signal. 64 laps complete. Or I'm sorry, 6 laps complete, 64 to go. Well, I wish there were 64 laps complete.
Oh, you ain't kidding, Chris. We got a lot of racing left to go here.
6 laps in. Jesse Adams, your race leader. 17 of Andrew Smart. The 81 of Brendan Lucius. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. And away we go. Brendan Lucius all over the back of the one of Jesse Adams for the race lead in the Ohio Invitational John Drain Memorial 70-lap feature.
Brendan Lucius all over the back bumper of the one as the top 4 cars nose to tail. Top 5 cars, excuse me, nose to tail. Jesse Adams still your leader with 59 laps to go. Keep an eye on the 87 car of Mike Mazzagatti as sparks are coming out from underneath the 87 car. Jimmy Carter takes the 4th position away from Mike Mazzagatti.
Jimmy Carter to the inside of Brandon Short. Is Short trying to use the long way around to get around Brendan Lucius. Brandon Short to the outside of Brendan Lucius. Good battle for second spot behind Jesse Adams, your race leader. El Presidente Jimmy Carter in the 65 right there as well. Here comes Brandon Short to the race lead around the outside. Brandon Short, new race leader. Here comes Jimmy Carter. Carter looking to the outside of Jesse Adams. He'll take over second. Adams back to third. Lucius fourth.
Lucius makes contact with Jesse Adams. Coming out of 2, but Adams able to collect it. Mazzagatti takes the spot away from Lucius. The 51 and Brandon Short, the 65 of Jimmy Carter. Got a caution down in 3 and 4 in the 0 car, George Riddle. The 51 and the 65 before that caution came out was in a whole nother time zone.
Yeah, Brandon Short, Jimmy Carter, once they got around the one of Jesse Adams using the high lane, they checked out. That's going to bring everybody back to him. Brandon Short, your race leader.
I'll tell you what, Chris.
21 laps complete, 21 in.
I'll tell you what, keep an eye on the 51. He's got right side damage to the car. Looks like it might be rubbing up against the right front tire. As he comes around, folks, take a look at that right side on that 51 car. Chris Grubb's slow on the backstretch.
"21 laps complete, 49 to go." Everybody gets sorted out here and going to Mike Mazzagatti, your defending Ohio Invitational champion. Jesse Adams in the 4th spot. Brendan Lucius in 5th.
Tell you what, Chris, a lot of good cars in that front row. Anybody in the top 3 could take this lead over.
Getting ready to come back to green. Turn 4. Green flag in the air.
The 51 of Brandon Short, the 65 of Jimmy Carter have checked out. The top 2 cars have checked out from 3rd place car Mike Mazzagatti. Jimmy Carter in the 65 all over the back bumper of that 51 car of Brandon Short. One little mistake out of the 51 and the 65 will be right there. Brandon Short coming up on lap traffic. First car he's going to get to is the 62 of Caleb Swanson as the leader in the 2nd place car goes around the 62. Now they're going to work on the 169 of Denny Benjamin. He will be your next lap car.
30 laps complete, 40 to go, 30 in, 40 to go. As they'll move in on Denny Benjamin, like Hans said. Jimmy Carter glued to the back end of that 51 of Brandon Short at 3:25 on a Monday, Labor Day. We are just about 3 laps away from having an official race as Gary Whippy is going to stop in turn number 2. So Gary Whipke in the 59, I take it he has a flat tire. He will stop in turn number 1, bring out the caution and go to the attention of his crew pit side. So Gary Whipke stops in the pits and he gets a couple laps to get that tire changed. Brandon Short, your race leader. Jimmy Carter in 2nd. Mike Mazzagatti, your defending champion, in 3rd. Brendan Lucius, a good strong run in the 4th spot. The one of Jesse Adams, a good run. in the top 5. Andrew Smart in 6th, then Bob Page, George Riddle, John Sanquest Jr., and Bob Snyder Jr., your top 10.
So Gary Whipke goes pit side. He ends up taking the car to the trailer. So the 59 car, Gary Whipke, done for the night.
All right, so we'll choose this time in turn number 4. 31 laps complete, 31 complete, 39 to go. 31 complete, 39 to go. Remember, the scoring is going to show 6 laps short because we lost 6 laps when the scoring loop broke. So we had 6 laps in, but the to go is correct. So laps to go is correct. Add 6 laps to your lap marker, and we're right on the money. All right, field to get the one to go signal. So Brandon Short, Jimmy Carter, Brendan Lucius, the top 3. We'll bring them in, 31 laps complete, just shy of the halfway mark. Green flag back in the air. Halfway, 35 laps in, 35 to go. The Ohio Invitational is official. If the floodgates open now, we're done.
That would be the race if the floodgates open. Jimmy Carter.
But we don't expect that.
Yeah,
just for the
hopefully
record.
not, yeah. Brandon Short, Jimmy Carter pulling away from second, third place car, Brendan Lucius in the 81. .33 laps to go here at Midvale Speedway for the Ohio Invitational. Carter all over the back bumper of the 51 car. Leaders coming back up on lap track of traffic. First car he's going to put another lap down is the 62 car, Caleb Swanson. Then Denny Benjamin goes another lap down. Caution on the racetrack as Andrew Smart on the backstretch spins out.
So Andrew Smart, you can't park there, son, as he will pull away. 38 laps complete. 38 in, 32 to go. So we'll have a quick interview with the winner and call it a night or a morning, whichever you want to call it.
Definitely morning. Next time around, we're going green flag racing.
Field in turn 3, bunching up, green flag.
Denny Benjamin spins down in 3 and 4. We got a caution out again. Denny Benjamin spins down in 3 and 4.
All right, 31 laps to go. Brandon Short getting ready to bring him back into green. We're underway.
Green flag racing. Brandon Short. Caution, caution. Oh my God. Caution down in turns 3 and 4 is Bob Schneider, Jesse Adams, and Bob Page all collected.
Hold on a second.
So we'll try it again, 31 to go. Brandon Short, we'll bring him in. See if we can get this thing in.
Green flag racing, here we go. Lucius Carter battle for that second position. Lucius on the outside. Brendan Lucius working on a lap car. Caleb Swanson goes another lap down. Jimmy Carter right there, next lap car to come. 999 O'Neill Rolling will be the next car to go a lap down.
"51 laps complete, 51 in, 19 to go, 51 in, 19 to go."
"15 laps to go for Brandon Short in that 51 car. Jimmy Carter right there in the 65. Lucius is third in the 81 and 99 of John Tequas Jr. 14 laps to go.
Ten laps to go, 10 laps to go right here, 10 to go for the 51 of Brandon Short, the 65 of Jimmy Carter, the 81 of Brendan Lucius, and the 99 of John Sanquest Jr. "64 laps complete, 6 to go. 64 complete, 6 to go. So going to choose at the choose cone in turn number 4. Brandon Short, Jimmy Carter, Brendan Lucius, John St. Quest Jr., George Riddle, Mike Mazzagatti, Bob Page, Jesse Adams. Those cars on the lead lap, they'll choose at the choose cone right now. Carter to the bottom, Lucius to the outside, St. Quest to the bottom, Riddle to the outside, Mazzagatti to the bottom, Page to the outside. So Phil to get the one to go signal this time. Just 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go. Phil getting the one to go signal. Just about finished up. All right, here we go. Green flag back in the air. Tough break for Jesse Adams as he pulls off with just 3 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Can Jimmy Carter get around the 51 of Brandon Short? Just 2 to go.
And we got a caution. 87 car spins down into 3 and 4. With 2 laps to go, the 87 car spins. Mike Mazzagatti spins out. So the 87 car will be charged with that caution with 2 laps to go. 3 laps to go.
So 2 laps to go. Green, white, checkered finish. Can El Presidente or Brendan Lucius do anything with Brandon Short? 2 laps to go. Please, Lord, let this be the last choose of the evening. Please. For the love of everything holy, can we just get 2 laps in? Field will get the 1 to go signal. Green flag back in the air, just 2 laps to go. White flag in the air for Brandon Short.
Brendan Short comes into 3, coming out of 4. Oh, Jimmy Carter and Brendan Short make contact, but Short's gonna win the race. Carter second. Brendan Lucius third. John Sanquest Jr. fourth. George Riddle fifth. Mike Vazziati sixth. Bob Page seventh. Jesse Adams eighth. Kevin Gardner ninth. Neil Rowling 10th. Everyone be safe going home. Have a great holiday. Don't forget, come back next week, season championships. Thank you everybody for staying. 5 o'clock next week we will start the races. 5:30. We will start the races next Saturday. Once again, everybody stay safe going home. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for sticking it out here at Midvale Speedway.
That's good. Zip it.
My bad.
There's 5 people here. You've told them 12 times. They get it. Pulling in to Victory Lane. H&M Collision Victory Lane and the Needle Speed Solution. Hutter Race Engines, Ernest Performance, Seneca Performance, Direct Detail, Hall of Recycling, Riddle Trucking, Heathen Customs, sponsor number 51. Champion once again in the Ohio Invitational, the John Drain Memorial, 70-lap feature. Here's your winner, Brandon Short. Well, I don't know how many times you've been at a racetrack at 4:30 in the morning and in Victory Lane. What do you think, dude?
Man, it's the first time. I'm surprised there's anybody here, actually. So appreciate all you guys. You guys are just the real winners here for sure.
Well, that's what I said. You guys are real troopers. Either that or they need to go get their brain examined like we do, right?
Man, yeah, this is crazy. I mean, I appreciate Randy and Kim. This is just wild.
It is wild. And look, you know, we wanted to get it in tonight. People got everything going on tomorrow, and a lot of guys weren't going to be able to come back. Fans probably wouldn't be able to come back, and we just decided to get this in tonight. Didn't know it was going to be 4:30.
Yeah, no, it was definitely the right move. Man, we were struggling all day with the car, just not where it needs to be. And in the race, we were tight. And when you got Jimmy Carter on your bumper, it ain't easy. So Jimmy raced me clean. You know what? He tried to move me, but I appreciate it. I mean, it was clean. It wasn't dirty. So it made it I'm just honestly glad it's over with so I can go home.
Amen, brother. You got $6,000 in your pocket. Congratulations, buddy. We'll let you go home.
I appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
Your winner, Brandon Short. All right, that's going to do it for us. We're going to take one last picture, and we are out of here. We hope to see everybody for season championship night on Saturday in like 5 short days.